Okay.
So you can begin by finding a nice comfortable position in your chair, allowing your eyes to close, and taking a few breaths. We won't stay here for too long. We'll get ourselves moving. But just allow that attention to turn inward. Find that breath. Connect into it. Bring your focus, your mind, all the things in your mind, bring it to your breath, to your body, and try to allow everything else out. Feeling ready for some movement. We're just going to start down at our feet. Let's go up onto our toes and then lift the toes. Just moving up and down, feeling some motion through our ankles. Get those calves working. Build up some heat a little faster. And then starting with that right leg, if you want to just kind of take some circles around. And then maybe just bringing it in nice and gently. Kind of flowing it in, circling out, bringing it in. If you like some circles through the hips, both directions. Now we can switch over to the left. Bring the left foot out straight. If you need to give a little hold behind the thigh, you can. Otherwise, you can get that quad working. Circles with the ankles, both directions. And then maybe giving that little pull in, straightening out, pull in. Add a few circles if you'd like. Just whatever this leg is feeling like it needs. Nothing right or wrong here. I'm going to go into some circles you can, or stay with your ins and outs.
Thank you.
And we'll set that leg down. Just take a few kind of windshield wipers. And then moving up to the hands, we'll allow them down at our sides. We're going to take a few inhales, get the arms up, and then exhale to float them down. As you inhale, really reach through the fingertips all the way up, all the way through the spine, and exhale like you're pushing the air down really hard and strong, creating a little bit of resistance. Inhale up, exhale, kind of push, feel like you're pushing through mud to get back down. And then we'll circle them back. Nice. Big shoulder circles, working in through those elbows. Feeling those shoulder blades kind of squeeze once you get the elbows up and back. And then if you're ready, you can take it the other direction. And we'll finish that circle. Hands can drop to the sides. And then one more big inhale up. Keep those hands reaching up. And we'll reach a little from side to side to feel that pull through your side body. And then after this one, we'll plant the right hand. Reach the left hand up and over. We'll just stay here for about 2 breaths, feeling that stretch along that left side body. And then we'll release that arm down, find the chair with your left hand, reach the right hand up and over. Find a nice stretch and then hold. Just about 2 breaths here. Release that arm. We're going to spread the feet just a little bit wider. Find your hands on your knees. We'll take a few stretches from side to side. Giving a little push to the knee as you go away to try to open up and give a little stretch through those inner thighs, as well as feeling the rotation through your spine. Chest is to the right side of the room. We'll allow the left arm down in front of your left knee. Feel a little twist. And then if you'd like to take that right arm and reach it up. Giving a little twist here. Now that arm can stay up in the twist, or you can allow that arm to kind of float down towards the other hand. And then touch the fingertips and then reach back up. For a little bit more motion and movement here. If it's feeling good just to hold and twist, that is an option as well. We'll take one more if you're flowing, or give that one more little hold. And when that arm is coming down, we'll stop at a forward fold. If the fingertips can reach the ground, you can reach them down, or keep the elbows up on your knees for a little bit less stretch if the ground is feeling a little too far away yet. Allow your head to hang heavy, maybe taking some nods of yes with your head. Feeling a little motion through our neck. And then taking some no's, so kind of shaking the head from side to side. And then bringing the elbows up to your knees. Flatten your back just a little bit here. Feel the strength through your back. Almost as if you could take the elbows off your knees and hold up through your spine, all the muscles of your back working. And then we'll release the right arm in front of the right knee, and we'll take those same flows now to the left side of the room. And again, if it feels better to hold and just keep that little twist, hold that right there. Otherwise, find a nice flow that feels good, a nice speed that works for your body. Thought something was missing. I didn't turn the music on. My brain's frozen. I have it on, I just don't have the volume. That one. Hands down to the ground if that's feeling good. Taking a couple of breaths in your forward fold, allowing your spine to really release into the fold. Feel the length through the vertebrae. That head hangs heavy. Maybe feeling it even into the hips and the thighs a little bit, feeling a little bit of a stretch as you're reaching down towards the ground. If you're ready for a little bit more, you can reach the hands to the chair and give a little bit of a pull, trying to find a little bit deeper stretch here. If you're not ready for that, you can just keep the hands to the ground or the elbows on the knees. On your next inhale, we'll tense the fingers on the ground and feel that halfway lift again, that flattening of your back, elongating, feeling the muscles strengthen, turn on the back of along the spine. And then you can take one more fold. And on the next inhale, we'll slowly roll up, taking each segment of your back at a time, nice and slowly, and then lifting the head. We're going to go into some cat-cow, so come bring your hands to your knees. We'll inhale and allow our chest to come forward, our chin up, gazing up towards the ceiling, arching the back. And on the exhale, rounding your back, chin comes down to your chest. Feel your belly button push to the back of the chair. And then on the inhale, coming back forward, taking this at your breath, linking the movement to your inhale and your exhale. And if you'd like, on the inhale, as you come forward, if you can feel those muscles of the core and the pelvic floor release. And then on the exhale, as you push back and you round, see if you can feel that pelvic floor lift as you round the pelvis. And then see if you can feel your core muscles really engage and tighten as you push that belly button back. So linking the movement to the breath and the core engagement all together. I'll give you a few rounds of that just to play around with that. Finish that cycle. We're going to take one seated twist, so turn to the right, reaching your right hand behind the chair, and the left hand on the outside of your right knee. And just taking a few breaths here, allowing the head to twist to the neck to twist around, feeling that full twist through the whole spine, all the way from the hips to the base of the skull. Noticing if there's any tightness left. And your inhale will unfold, taking this over to the left side, reaching the left hand behind the chair as the right hand comes outside of the left knee. Using those hands to guide you into a full twist from the full spine. And then settling in for a few breaths. And noticing on this side if there's any places feeling more tight. This side feels tighter than the other side. Or if we're creating some mobility here through your spine. And then your next inhale. We'll return forward. We're going to make our way up for the first part of our standing kind of flowing, which will be going through a few rounds of sun salutations. Those can be done seated as well, if you'd like to stay seated and do those. And then we're going to do some flowing with our warrior two and side angles. So again, take a break whenever you need, and then there's kind of 3 standing parts. So if you'd like to sit in between, I'm going to kind of take a minute in between, but just so you know what to expect, and you can kind of plan your energy levels as according. So we're going to come to let's go to the left side of our chair this time. But, so I can stare at you. make sure you have plenty of room to this side of your chair, the left side of your chair. And then we'll face the seat of our chair so that those hands can reach the chair nicely. When we go into our plank and our up dogs, if your hands are back here and your shoulder's not over your wrist, that chair is going to want to move. So when we're in those positions, you really want to get your shoulders over your wrists so that you're pushing down into the chair as opposed to forward at all. If you feel that forward motion, just shift yourself forward just for safety's sake. All right. So we will start with our sun salutations. We'll inhale the hands up. Then on the exhale, you can float those hands down and find the chair, planting your hands to the chair. And allowing yourself a forward fold. And again, the first time through, we're going to take it nice and slow. Feel each position. If you're feeling a tightness to those hamstrings and calves, you can pedal through your feet. Starting to wake those muscles up. And gently getting them moving, getting some active stretching. Lifting one heel and then the other. And then we're going to go into our halfway lift. So if you plant those heels down, push up through your arms, flatten your back, and gaze out in front of the chair. You can have a little bend in your knee. And then we'll forward fold again. So fold your body, head towards the chair. And then from here, we're going to step our feet back into that plank position. So getting those shoulders over your elbows, you can step one foot back and then the other. Finding a plank position here, really feeling that core engage, tighten. Those arm muscles working. And then we're going to take our upward dog. So you can allow those hips to sink down towards the chair. So this is an upward dog. You're getting an arch through the back, maybe gazing up slightly towards the ceiling. And then we'll push back to the downward dog. So you kind of turn those feet so that your heels come to the ground. Push the hips back. Use the hands to really reach. Pushing your hips, your feet back, all the weight shifting back onto your heels. If there's a little tightness through the hamstrings and the calves, you can pedal out here in this position, lifting one heel, then the other. Just taking this first round to really get all the muscles prepared and ready. And then you can allow the heels to rest. We'll take one more breath, really pushing the hips up and reaching the hands towards the chair. And then we'll walk the feet to the chair. Hands can stay helping to bring those feet in. And then we'll inhale, reaching the hands up overhead. Then we'll take this a few more times. Exhaling the hands down to the chair. Planting the hands on the seat of the chair and taking a forward fold. Little bend in the knees if they're still feeling tight. And then inhale up to your halfway lift. So straightening the back, gazing out in front. And then exhale to fold. Plant the hands and step the feet back to your plank. Shoulders over the wrists. And then inhale, upward dog. Allow those hips to go down towards the chair as you arch. A lot of weight onto your hands. And then exhale, push back to your downward dog. Kind of pull those toes in just a little if you can. And rock back onto your heels. And we'll take about 2 breaths here in your downward dog. And on the inhale, we'll walk forward. Exhale to fold, and then inhale to reach those hands up. We're going to take one more time, but if you're feeling like you need a break, this is a wonderful time to just stop, shake it out, maybe hold your mountain pose. If you're ready for another one, we'll exhale down, hands to the chair. Inhale to your halfway lift. Flatten your back, gaze out in front. Exhale back to fold. And in that exhale, we'll step back to a plank. Inhale to the upward dog where the hips come to the chair. You gaze up, you feel the arch through your spine. And then push back to your downward dog. I'm giving this 2 breaths here. And on the inhale, we'll walk to the chair. Exhale to fold. And on the inhale, arms come up. Palms can come together. And then exhale as the hands come to your heart. And then you can shake those hands out, shake those legs out. We're going to just take a minute before we move into our warrior twos and are flowing through some other poses, some different poses here. So if you need a drink of water, if you just need to take a seat, or if you just need a moment. Still a little chilly, huh? All right, so we'll do our warrior to our reverse, to our side angle. We'll do that on this side of the chair. We're going to kind of flow it. So you'll flow from your downward dogs, planks. We'll add some things in. I'll talk you through it all, and I'll do a video over here. So we'll stay on the left side of our chair, just like we were. And then we can inhale those arms up. And we'll exhale them back down to the chair, just like we did. We'll step our right leg back. So you'll find yourself in a lunge position. You can stay here if you'd like to reach the arms up for a breath. Feeling a deeper stretch through that back leg. Getting that hip flexor. And then we'll place the hands down. We'll step the left leg back. We'll stop in our downward dog. And then we'll step the right leg forward again. So now the left foot is back. And we're in our lunge on this side. So we give each of those hip flexors a nice little stretch before we start using them. If you want to add in the arms on this side, to feel a deeper stretch on that left hip flexor this time. And then from here, we're going to spin our left toes back into our warrior two position. So you'll have your right toes pointing to the right and your left toes will point up towards me. We can add the arms in. If you need to kind of shift yourself so the chair is there for balance, you can come and just take a step behind the chair. And we'll have our warrior two arms ready. Otherwise, if you're feeling good with your balance, we'll stay at the side. We'll inhale to a reverse, reaching that left arm down the back of your leg. We're reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then we'll find our side angle, bending that right elbow, bringing it to the thigh as the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And there too, if the chair is a little bit more inviting, you can just reach that hand to the chair. Use that as a block. And then we'll inhale to our warrior two. And then from here, we're going to kind of cartwheel our hands to the chair and then spin that left toe so that both toes are pointed towards the chair. Now we're back in that lunge once again. If you want to reach the hands up for a nice stretch to that left thigh. And then we'll place the hands to the chair. And we'll step the right leg back to our downward dog. And here, if you prefer just to shake it out, stand up, shake things out a little bit before we move to the other side. You can definitely do that. Take some nice, slow, deep breaths here. We're going to move to the other side. So we're going to step our left foot forward. And now we're in a lunge on this side. We'll take a pause here in our lunge. If you'd like to add the arms in or keep them next to the chair. Feeling that stretch down the right thigh. And then if you need the chair, you can hold on. Otherwise, we're going to spin that right foot down so that your toes are now pointed to the back of the room. Left toes will point towards your chair, and right toes will point to the back of the room, finding our warrior two legs. Adjusting at the chair if you need some extra balance. Otherwise, we'll add in those arms. So now your chest and your hips are facing the back of the room. Your left knee, if you would like it bent, is bent towards the chair. And you can gaze out over the left fingertips. Beautiful. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to reach back to our reverse warrior. So the right hand coming to the thigh, left hand reaching up towards the ceiling. Feeling that stretch through the left side body, maybe into that back right leg. And then we're going to fold, bring the left elbow to the left knee, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And again, you can place that left palm on the chair if you need a little bit of support or if you need just a little balance or just to bring that leg closer to you. And then from here, we're going to inhale up to your warrior two. So coming back up, arms reaching out to the sides. And then we're going to do that little cartwheel where we reach our left hand to the chair, the right arm comes up and over to the chair, and then we'll spin that right foot so that the toes are pointed forward, and then we'll bring the left foot back to a downward dog. Again, option just to stand up, take a break here, or if the downward dog is feeling good, we can stretch things out a little bit here. We'll take a little pause, a little break in our downward dog. So we're going to kind of go through that one more time, hitting each pose on the right side and then again on the left side. So, when you are ready, we will step our right foot forward, and you can spin your left foot down into your warrior two, and then reach the left arm up, and then the right arm up. So now we're in our warrior two. And again, the option to come behind the chair if you need a little bit more. On your next inhale, we'll reverse. So we'll reach back, left arm reaches to the thigh, and the right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And then we'll exhale, we'll bring the right elbow to the right knee, left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. If you want to bring that hand to the chair, a little more balance, a little less effort through the core. And then we'll inhale up to warrior two. Take a breath here. And then we're going to cartwheel those hands. Right hand to the chair, left hand over top. As that hand comes, you can spin that left toe towards the chair. So now we're back in our lunge position. You can stay right there or add in one arm, two arms, whatever you would like to add in here. One breath here. Now we'll place the hands back on the chair. We'll step the right leg back. Take a breath in your downward dog, and then we'll set up on the left side. So we'll step the left toe towards the chair. And you can spin your right toes so they're facing the back of the room. And then reach one arm up and then the other arm up into your warrior two. So we've got your left toes pointed to the chair, right toes pointed to the back of the room, gazing out over the left fingers. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. And that next inhale, we'll reach our right arm back, find our reverse warrior, left arm up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, the left elbow will come to your left knee, find our side angle, right arm up towards the ceiling. The chair is there if you want to put the left hand on the chair. And then inhale back to your warrior two, reaching those hands out like a T, gazing out over the front fingers. And then we'll cartwheel, left hand to the chair, right arm up and over, and then spin that right toe towards the chair. We'll pause here for a lunge, a stretch through the back right leg. Any hands you'd like to add here. And then we'll place the hands to the chair. We'll step that right foot forward to meet the left. Just take a nice big inhale and exhale in your forward, in your fold. And then on the inhale, we'll come on up, reaching those hands up overhead. Taking that oxygen. And then exhale the hands down to the heart. All right. So that was a little more intermediate level there. We're going to finish with just a little bit of balance. We did on Tuesday. If you need to take a seat or a drink or whatever you need, go ahead and take it. We went from our tree pose, and then either you're staying at the top of your chair for a little bit more support. We went into our half moon. The other option from the tree is to reach down to the seat of the chair and find your half moon there. If neither of those look like something you want to do today, you can stay right with the tree pose. And you can also just stay with the toes on the ground and the heel kind of kickstand up. And then you can kind of find a nice spot there that challenges your balance and stick with that. So if you would like to find your tree pose on the back to the right side, just so we're not kicking each other. We'll just take a breath here, find what works for you. Maybe the hand stays on the chair the whole time. Maybe the hands can come to the chest. Maybe you want to reach them up. You'll find your level of tree wherever you're at today. And then from here, if you can, in one kind of slow, controlled motion, we're going to reach the hand down, the leg up, finding our half moon. You can gaze up to the fingertips, kind of keep your head straight, trying to keep it in line with the rest of your spine, or gaze down at the hand on the chair and pull it over. And then from here, we're going to come back up again and trying to do a nice controlled motion back to the tree pose. Whichever tree pose you had before, trying to find that. And the more wiggles, the wobbles, it just means the more you're improving and working on your balance. So that's all good. All right. Give that a little shake out. And we'll take that on the left side of the chair. So when you're there and when you feel ready, you can come right into your tree pose. If you need to shake things out a little bit, take your time. No rush in balance. So find whatever version of your tree is calling to you today. Just give that a moment. And then from here, we're either going to keep the hand on the top of the chair or reach it to the seat of the chair or stay right here in your tree pose. So when you're feeling ready, we'll find an option that works for you. You can kind of adjust as you go. If you're feeling okay with one option, you can add on a little bit. Find where you'd like your head to be. Give this one more breath. And then we're going to come back up into our tree, seeing if we can find a nice kind of controlled sweeping through. I'm wobbly today. I'm blaming it on the cold. We'll give this a breath to hold. And then you can release and find your seat. We made it.
I think the tree pose is the hardest.
Static, holding balance. That's a nice one to practice too, like when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, just kind of hold that position, see if you can
Fall into
We'll take a few deep breaths just to slow ourselves down, bring our heart rate, our breathing rate back down. One more inhale and exhale. And then we'll move to our stretching. Taking our right leg first, finding that hamstring stretch. Placing the heel down on the ground, straightening the leg out, toes up towards the ceiling as you bend forward. Either reaching the chest down towards the knee, towards the thigh, or reaching the hands down towards the toes, whichever feels better in your body. And then settling in, we're going to give this several breaths, allowing the muscles to elongate. Take one more breath here in this hamstring stretch. And then we'll come up, maybe reaching behind the thigh, we'll just take a few circles. Or you can keep it down and just windshield wiper side to side. If you're up and you'd like to give that a little pull towards your chest, maybe holding just for a moment there. Maybe a few ankle circles. And from there you can bring that over into our figure four, placing your ankle on the thigh. If you'd like a chair, we can place that leg on the chair so it doesn't have to bend quite as far up. And then you can fold forward. Feel that stretch in the right buttock. Take one more breath here. And then you can unfold. Maybe using the hands to help that leg out. Circling it, wiggling it. And then we're going to gonna move to the left leg, finding the hamstring stretch on your left side. So we'll start with the left leg out straight, heel on the ground, and point the toes up towards the ceiling. And then you can fold over, finding that stretch in the back of your thigh, or reach the toes down towards the ground. Take one more breath in the stretch. And then you can unfold, maybe grabbing behind the thigh. Take a few circles. You can also keep the leg down and just windshield wiper side to side. If you're at the circles and you'd like to bring that knee up and in, feeling a little stretch through the hip. You give that a little knee to chest. Maybe some ankle circles. And then we can bring that leg over, finding our figure four stretch on this side. So the left ankle to the thigh, and then allow yourself to fold over, feeling a deeper stretch now in the left buttock. Anyone would like a chair on this side, I can bring you one. Take one more breath on this side. And then unfolding, maybe using the hands to bring that leg down. Little wiggles, little circles, whatever that needs. And then bring those legs just a little bit wider than the seat of the chair. And you can reach your hands back, either grabbing for the sides of the chair, or you can interlace your fingers behind your back and give a little pull down and back. We're going to do a little chest opening. Or maybe gazing up, lifting the chin slightly, feeling a nice pull through the chest. And as you inhale in, just seeing if you can feel that chest, feeling a little deeper stretch. With that inhale. Wide leg forward fold, so adjusting the feet as much as you'd like. And then either elbows to knees and allow the spine to round. Or if the ground is feeling close enough, you can reach the hands to the ground. Feeling this through the spine, but also through those, through the thighs, the inner thighs, feeling a nice stretch through the hips. like to add a little side-to-side motion, maybe holding, pausing, taking your time, maybe a nice stretch each way. The elbows can come up towards on the knees, or you can take a little rotation side to side and the hands on the ground. Play around with what feels the best in your body. And the next inhale, come back up, taking your time. And we'll take one last stretch here with interlacing the hands in front, and then turning and pushing those palms towards me. And then allowing the back to really round and your chin to come down to your chest. Feel that through the shoulder blades, through your upper back. If it's feeling too much through your wrists, you can just turn your palms back to face you and just really try to pull from the shoulders to feel that stretch along the shoulder blades and the upper back. And then you can release those hands down. If there's any other motions or movements you need, any other stretches to feel complete, you can take those. And we'll settle in, we'll get nice and comfortable for our last few minutes of meditation. If you're feeling a little breeze still and you want to put a sweater on or socks and sneakers, just so your mind can stay with your breath as opposed to feeling all the cold spots. And if you're feel like you're at a good spot and you'd like to find your nice comfortable seat in your chair, you can begin to turn that attention back to your breath. Find that breath. And observe it as it comes in. And watch that breath come back out. Watching it, not necessarily trying to control it or tell it where to go or how long. Just watch it come in and watch it go out. Moment to scan through our body, just to notice if we're holding on to any tightness. We can keep our bodies nice and relaxed. Maybe starting at the feet and the toes, just feeling them sink into the ground underneath of you. And then following up to the calves and the knees, just feeling a release. Feeling the thighs, let go. Feel your back sink into the chair. Feel the shoulders release, let go. Then going down your arms, then the elbows relax. To the hands and to the fingers. Feeling them sink into your lap. Notice your belly just filling with air and then releasing. Notice the chest fill with air and release. And then working up to your face, feeling your jaw relax, your forehead relax. Feel your eyes just gently close. Feel a sense of relaxation through your body. And then turn the attention back to the breath as it comes in and out. Start to bring your attention back to the room, gently bringing yourself out of your meditation. Maybe give a wiggle to the fingers, to the toes, to bring your body back to the room. Maybe allow the arms down at your side. And together we'll take another inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. On the exhale, put the palms together and bring your hands to your heart, taking a bow of your head, taking a moment to appreciate your bodies, all they've done. If you've been here for many sessions, how far they've come in the last 6 weeks. Maybe you started a year ago with us. How far they've come, how much they've done. And a thank you to your minds for always being there and being present and noticing the breath. And I hope you take some calm and peace with you today through the holidays. I hope to see you all back in January.